Hello everybody, and welcome back to TCG Card Shop Simulator. This will be a different form of video. I've pre-recorded some clips and will put my commentary over them. When we last left off, we were about on day 7 or so, and we were having some good progression. But something that comes up quite often when I watch other people's videos on this game is that the longer you go, or like the farther you get into progression, the harder it is to progress. So I really wanted to test that out. So I'm going to be playing about 50 days. I want to see how far I can get in those 50 days with no mods, no exploits, just normal gameplay. And while I could have chosen to simply sit there and just open up card packs one single night because the timer doesn't go up after 9 p.m., I decided that I will avoid that as much as I can, and eventually later on I do set this arbitrary rule where the only card packs that I can open up at night are the excess card packs that I have after the day is over. But enough of me talking, let's get straight into it, alright? Starting off on day 7, we get a couple good card pulls at about $54 and $58. Then a little later, we try to do a little sprucing up by adding another card table, but I completely fail to measure the space properly, so I end up putting the table in this like really random spot, but hey, what can you do? But other than that, the day wasn't too eventful, so we ended with a profit of about $192. On day 8, we basically started off by paying our bills. Very exciting, I know. But then a little later, we unwrapped a $98 card and a $26 card, which is almost nothing compared to that $98 card, sadly. We then unlocked the black dice and stocked them on shelves, changed our arena from standard to fire, and on the same day we sold that $98 card, which I had bumped up to $108. With our new profits, I bought the license and stocked white dice, before finally ending off the day with a loss of about $136. Not really much happens on day 9. I do one renovation right, and I can't do much with this, so I end up doing a second renovation and then just moving like a shelf or two along the back wall, before ending off the day with about a loss of $178. Day 10, we start off in a— oh my god, he bought the $671 card, instantly getting us out of that deficit. Never mind, I buy a new shelf and fail to realize that it doesn't fit in the place I had, so I give up. And before ending the day off, I give a little quick tour of the shop so far, showing where we are after just a few days. Yes, I know the pattern I was going for isn't great, but I'm not an interior decorator. Either way, we end off the day with about $173 in profit. On day 11, we start off with a $22 pull and a $13 pull in the same pack. In our next pack, we pull an exact replica of that $22 card from earlier. Then we pull a $10 card, another $10 card, a $43 card, an $113 card, and a $59 card. All in the same day before ending off with a total loss of about $70. Going into day 12, we pull a $117 card, followed by an insane $820 card, bringing that one pack's total to $940. And then only a few hours later, we sell off that card. Using my profits from the card sale, I buy red, blue, yellow, and green deck boxes, which I stock up on the shelves but forget to get the audio, just like I forget to record the inside as well. But I do end up finding an insane ghost card, one of the rarest cards in the game. It ends up being worth $9,440. I will sadly never likely sell it though. Going straight through though, we get to day 13 where we unlock a very powerful tool, the workbench. Despite my obvious struggles to get the furniture piece down, this space-taking monstrosity is great because it allows you to use the excess $1 cards that you have and bundle them all together to make bulk boxes, allowing you to effectively sell your bulk cards without having to place them individually on the card display. I do learn though that if you don't have anywhere to place the bulk boxes, you can very much get yourself stuck. Luckily I avoided it. With my excess money, I buy a shelf to put up all my bulk boxes to sell them. I then unlock and shelve some new card sleeves before getting into some packs. I unpack a nice little $19 card, and then I pull this sweet $108 card, an $18 card, and in a different pack, I pull a $91 card. Before ending off this day with a horrendous deficit of $476. Nothing at all really happens on day 14, except for this $60 pool, but I do pull myself out of the ditch with a $525 profit. Nothing else also happens really on day 15 other than this $60 card that I pull. Oh, and I almost forgot to pay my bills, which I barely do, so I end off the day with a loss of about $573. Nothing else really happens on day 16 either. I'm starting to notice a pattern. I unlocked the license for the fire decks, but because of the steep price for the fire decks, I actually failed to buy them. I even tried kicking these guys out to get some more money, but that also fails, so I end the day defeated with a profit of about $339. We start day 17 off with almost back-to-back $10 plus cards. Then we finally purchase our fire battle decks. With the spare money I have left over, I decide it's time to buy some playmats, and I ship them in as well. And for once, I actually got the footage of me bringing them in and shelving the items. We end day 17 off happily with a profit of $627. We jump into day 18 with a nice little $27 pool, an $87 and an $11 pool from the same pack, and then we pull this insane $2,421 card, which goes on par with my Ghost Hydroid card from earlier that we unlocked. We then finally unlock the rare card packs, which I unbox, stock, and we also restock our stink spray. I then try to open up some more card packs, but notice a stinky person walk in, so I gotta spray him before I lock in and open some more rare card packs, which start off with a really nice $31 card. I'll keep most of this in here so you can pause and look at the different cards that we pull. While we got nothing too insane after, I do notice that the bottom line for cards in the rare packs are slightly higher than the other packs, so that's pretty good. We end off day 18 with a $170 deficit, but hey, what can you do when you're unlocking all these packs? On day 9, we finally get our hands on some pygmy plushies, and I buy a wire rack just for them to have a perfect little spot. For plushies, I really like how the wire rack looks, and I think if I ever owned a store in real life, I think I'd use a wire rack or something that looks like this for my plushies, you know? It just really sucks that it can't hold much compared to the other shelves in-game, but other than that, day 19 ends off largely uneventful, ending with a deficit of $340. On day 20, we have a $113 pool, and then from our rare packs, we have a $148 pool. And then we unlock the Tabletop Geek games, which are part of like these collaboration that happened between the creators of the game and the creators of Tabletop Geek board games, I guess you'd say. We then display some cards, which I learned you can just hold a bunch in your hands and place them like shown here, making it a lot easier than opening and closing your collection book on repeat. Then, after a second wave of people, I heavily consider hiring a cashier with how insane transactions are becoming. Genuinely, this is the reason some of the earlier days were so uneventful. They were full of me just doing transactions. Finally, after a long series of transactions, we are able to begin shelving our board games, which I try to display as best as I can. We end off day 20 with buying some Nanomite plushies to go with our Pygmy plushies, ending the day off with another $350 deficit. We then start day 21 off with a tour of the shop. I hope you guys enjoy how it's progressed so far. We have had our tough points, but we have continued to push forward. Pushing forward, we open up and pull a nice $14 card before doing the horribly responsible thing we must do and paying off our bills. But as some sort of good luck from paying our bills, we pull a cool looking $28 card, followed by a $12 card, helping us recover from our horrible tax expenditures. A little later, we pull a $10 card, $17 card, a $20 card, and eventually a $112 card. And finally, to end off the day, I get a $35 card, but I also forget to record the end results again, so just bear with me here. Again, not much happens on day 22. But I do unlock the Earth battle decks and stock them up as well. We do also get a $30 card, and then we get the same card again, and then we get an additional $69 card and a $19 card, which brings up the pack's total to $122. A little later, as we're clearing out the inventory, we pick up a $26 card, a $16 card, and a $36 card. And we end off the day with another loss of $42. But ignore the slump of day 22. We start off day 23 with an insane man right here, buying that expensive card that I had actually set to $2,386. So we instantly go ahead and use our newfound monies to hire Terrence, our new mediocre cashier. And because we have so much money left over, I also proceed to buy a size upgrade and invest in 2 auto stink removers, so I no longer have to spray people down myself anymore. Yes, I struggle very much just to get it down in the right spot that I like, but ignore that. A little later, I also invest in collection books, which I buy and actually remember to put on the shelf in the recording this time. At night, we pull a $23 card, and almost directly after we pull a $51 card. We then proceed to pull an insane $123 card. I forgot to mention, up until this point, by the way, I had been selling off all the cards, but recently I started actually building the collection in my my personal collection and selling off only duplicates that I had. So this card is like one of those cards that will join my collection, along with the $135 card that we pull and this $70 card. We end off day 25 with a $28 loss, mostly because I'm not selling cards. We start day 24 off with a $64 card, a $60 card, an $11 card, a $43 card, and then we unlock and stock the epic card boxes, which I promptly display in an attempt to make a really nice looking display. In those same epic packs, we pull a $749 card, which I pause in amazement at this pull. I really like how this card looks. You know, it's one of the better looking cards in my opinion. But anyways, the $80 I pull a little later pales in comparison to the card. Same with the $21 card and the $78 full art. But they all join my collection the same. We then end off day 24 with a profit of $65 and enter day 25. And this is where I'll be ending off this part of the challenge. It took me a while to make this video, so while I give one final tour of the shop, I hope you all enjoyed so far, and be prepared for part 2 to see how far we can truly go in 50 days. If you enjoyed the challenge so far, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and have a great day. Bye bye.